When the old version of you stops working, that's a moment of reckoning. There comes a point where effort no longer produces peace. Let me say that again. There comes a point when effort no longer produces peace. You're still working hard. You're still showing up. You're still doing what you've always done. But something has changed. The results don't feel the same. The wins don't satisfy. The grind feels heavier than it has to or than it used to be. And here's the dangerous part. Most men try harder, more discipline, more hours, more control, more frustration. But effort is not the issue. The issue is identity. Identity is the issue. And the hidden reality is that identity always breaks before behavior does. Behavior is the last thing that changes. It's usually the last thing to change before men quit or a man quits his job, before he leaves his relationship, before he burns out or blows up. Something deeper has already cracked. The version of himself he has been operating on and operating from no longer fits the life he is living. And instead of listening to the signals, you treat it like it's a weakness. It's not a weakness. So you suppress it, you try to outgrow it, you try to outrun it, but you can't outrun an expired identity. So the alignment, part of the correction, and why this hurts so much. Here's what no one tells successful men. The old identity worked for a reason. It got you here. It protected you. It helped you survive, provide, and succeed. But survival identities aren't meant to last forever. At some point, they expire. And when they do, they don't ask permission to collapse. They just stop producing peace. It's not failure. What that is that's feedback. That's feedback telling you that some changes need to take place, that you need to become more than what you were. Not saying that the old you was bad, but saying that in this particular season, you need to change so that you can move forward. And that brings on a reckoning point, the internal confrontation. The question becomes, are you willing to admit that the man who got you here can't take you where you're meant to go next? Because this is where most men get stuck. They want, or not that they want to, they don't want to let go of the version of themselves that once worked. So they keep trying to resurrect it. You have to make a decision. So the breakthrough choice. The breakthrough choice is that you can't resurrect an expired version of yourself. Again, you can't resurrect an expired version of yourself. You can't optimize what has already expired. You don't need a new schedule. You don't need another book. You don't need more motivation. You need a rebuild. And rebuilds always start with honesty. So being honest with yourself is one of the things that's going to get you to the next level, or get you to where you can actually make the changes that you need to make so that you can move forward. Ignoring those changes and ignoring the things that you need to do is going to keep you stuck. So the rebuild process and practical application. So here's how you begin. Name what no longer fits. So what roles, what routines, what expressions that feel forced now? What are those things that you know that need to change, that aren't really working for you? Number 2, separate identity from achievement. Who are you without the performance? Number 3, allow the collapse without panic. Collapse isn't destruction, it's reorganization. Number 4, commit to becoming, not proving. You don't have to prove anything to anyone but yourself. You're the only person that you need to impress. This phase isn't about looking stronger. It's about becoming aligned. Now, what's within you is greater than what's failing and or falling apart. This isn't the end for you or the end of you. This is the end of an outdated version. And if you are willing to rebuild instead of resist, what comes next will be stronger, cleaner, and more peaceful than what came before. So, it's up to you. Now, if this interests you, you can also check us out at MrZ.com. So www.mrzinspires.com. So www.mrzinspires.com and learn more. Thank you for your time, and you guys have a great day.